Welcome to Ask Gwen, everyone. Today, with me, I have Allison, and so I'm going to let Miss Allison take it away and share her story.
Hi, Wynn. I want to thank you for bringing me onto this show. I am a author, life coach, mother, and motivational speaker. A little bit that inspired me to become a life coach is that I've always loved helping others. I'm passionate about it with my life experience and education. It was just kind of a no-brainer. And then all this COVID mess hit. It really kind of derailed the plans that I had. I had lost my job back in April, and finding a new position at that time has been difficult. So I figured I would just take everything I knew and put it to work for me. So I decided that I was going to just take it and make a difference in the world one day at a time, one step at a time, one breath at a time.
And so I appreciate that, and I'm sorry that this COVID mess um, happened. But on a lighter note, um, they, as we record this on the 8th of December, they're starting to release coronavirus vaccines in the UK.
Yes, they are.
And so finally, there's light at the end of the tunnel, you guys. And so, yeah, there's light at the end of the tunnel. And so, Allison, what is your favorite book?
My favorite book would have to be The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. It was always my favorite to read as a child, and because it combines faith and fantasy all into one. And I remember being a kid and thinking how cool it would be to be able to walk into a wardrobe and enter another world. And so that would definitely be my favorite book.
And what is your morning routine?
My morning routine generally is I wake up, I do my devotional, check email and messages. I go over the to do list I made the night before, which I have found does help me sleep better. I started doing this a couple months ago. Someone had mentioned it that before you go to bed at night, make a to do list for the next day. And it keeps you from playing things over in your head when you go to sleep, trying to figure out what you need to get done the next day. You have it there on a list. And so I'll go over that list and prioritize it for what I need to get done for the day and head to work. So it starts with waking up, devotional, checking my email and messages, going over the to do list, prioritizing, and heading to the office.
And so, if you had to move and only take 5 things with you, what would they be?
If I had to move and take only 5 things with me, it would likely be my Bible, my fuzzy socks, or a couple pairs of fuzzy socks, my writing tools for sure, and probably a good book or two. I would think of a good book or two.
So, you're into reading, you're into the fuzzy socks. Well, I love it.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I love fuzzy socks. I don't think I go anywhere without them.
No, no,
Year round, I've got fuzzy socks.
no, well, and so if your best friend had to write a book about you, what would the title be?
If my best friend had to write a book about me, it would probably be titled Overcoming the Odds. I definitely had a rough childhood. I had parents who struggled with addiction. I was in and out of the foster care system. I've been through physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. I mean, there was just a lot that happened. And for me, I'm thankful for all of it. I feel blessed because of it, because a lot of those things are what enable me to help others now. I truly understand what they're going through or what they've been through. and I feel like it gives me a whole new empathy and compassion for others in similar situations. So, overcoming the odds would be the book title, because according to statistics, I should not be where I am, and I definitely, a lot of that I believe has to do with my grandma Eleanor. When all the storms and chaos were going on around me as a child, she was my lighthouse. She was the perfect image of grace, and I wouldn't be where I am without her. So I'm very thankful for that.
And so, as we wrap this interview up, do you have any questions for me?
Um, Definitely. So, what was the biggest challenge that you have had to overcome?
Well, the biggest challenge that I've had to overcome is something I'm going through right now that um, is very unexpected. Is very, 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 very unexpected. And I'm getting diagnosed. I'm surprised I'm not dead, you guys. And I say that not jokingly either. I'm getting diagnosed with either sleep apnea or asthma.
Oh, wow.
And
Definitely a challenge to overcome, but it seems like you've overcome a lot already. So,
well, yeah, but I no one gave me the wherewithal until yesterday. They all think I'm crazy. They all of all of you all of my family now thinks I'm crazy. And and those who love me and support me know that I and I'm sorry, I'm emotional mess. I'm still trying to process it. I only got the news December 7th and I could have died in my sleep, and now it's December 8th, and as we record this, and most of my family doesn't understand that I'm mentally fragile.
yeah, it's definitely a big thing to take on with everything else you've got going on. You have a lot of people who love and support you. I know through your podcast, and um, your family will hopefully come around. But I know I've listened to several of your podcasts, and you've got such a beautiful spirit and a beautiful heart. And I know that you've got the strength to get through this.
Well, let's just put it this way, and I don't care if my family hears this or not. They will never come around. They will never quite understand cerebral palsy. What I've had to go through with them, and since my dad died, and they will never quite understand that I need a one-on-one care for the rest of my life. They will um never quite understand that. They they think it's silly that I'm now getting diagnosed with sleep apnea, and the comment I got yesterday from them is the last time I was on oxygen was when I was 3 years old, which is correct. And then I was on oxygen again in 2006, and they just think it's silly. They don't understand um, that I have a mentally fragile even though I don't look it. I have a mentally fragile body.
You know, when sometimes people don't always understand where we are or what we're going through, and sometimes they overlook things, but God sees you and He sees where you are and He knows what you're going through, and He's going to bring the right people into your life to encourage you and build you up. The most important thing is for you to know that you can do it and you to believe in yourself and never give up. I am so proud of you and what you've already done with your life and with this podcast, and the light you bring to others and the light you bring to physical disabilities and mental illness and things like that. This is just one more challenge for you to overcome, and it's going to make you stronger in the end.
And in the long run, you guys, once I get diagnosed with asthma and um, or sleep apnea, it's gonna be better in the long run for you because I won't sound so exhausted. Um, and no, it's gonna be better in the long run for you. But I am going through my cases right now, trying to get diagnosed. By the time I leave for Orlando, which is looking like more and more June, you guys, it's looking like more and more June rather than August, and we'll see what happens in February. We'll actually see what happens on December 17th, but we'll know more in um, February, and my go date is looking more and more like the beginning of June. And so, hopefully my family comes around and hopefully my family understands that I do need one-on-one care and I do need help. And hopefully, because that's the biggest battle right now with them, um, they don't understand that I need full-on care, the cooking, the cutting of my food, the aspects of full on care. They don't understand that I'm mentally fragile, that I could die um, easily. And so hopefully that is going to be a battle that I can um, get them to understand, and the rest of my family is completely supportive. My mom's family, even though they want me down at sea level, they are not supportive of what I'm doing, of my plan. They are not supportive. They just want to stick me in a home, which you guys know I don't like. But enough of my rambling, and that's and I'll get into reasons why I'm getting mentally diagnosed with all this junk. And so, Allison, where can people find you and where could people get a hold of you if they choose to do so?
The best way to reach me would probably be through my website, which is justbeperfectlyimperfect.org. They can also find my books for sale on that page. I've got 5 books in the making right now. The first one is hashtag the list, waiting on your soulmate in a world of unlimited possibilities, which will be released this winter. And then I've got 40 hours, 40 days, 40 years, trusting God through the journey, loving Him 365 days a year, showing Him love when He's less than likable, and Mirror, Mirror through His eyes. And so all those books can be found on my website. I've also got social media pages. My Instagram is Marx Angels Foundation or Just Be Perfectly Imperfect. And then I also have a Facebook page, or 2 or 3 Facebook pages. Those are Grace Place HS, Marks Angels USA, Women in Film Arkansas, hashtag the list, and one Ally Marks. And so those are all Facebook pages that they can reach out to me on as well.
And we'll have all of information. We'll have all of Allison's information in the show notes, you guys. And so we'll I'll see you guys next week, and hopefully, I can keep you guys updated as to where I stand. I'm actually calling for a blood test today as we record this. It's December 8th, so I'm getting started on this journey today, and then hopefully the sleep apnea test or the asthma test will come shortly thereafter. If not in the new year, and we'll keep you guys updated. But thanks you guys for supporting me, and please share this episode out and like and subscribe in Apple iTunes. And I'll see you guys next week, and I'll see you guys with another fabulous interview. I hope you guys enjoyed another fabulous interview of Ask Wendy, you guys. Thanks, you guys. Bye, you guys.
Thanks, Win.